It finally happened. They fired the Marathon devs. Marathon is officially on its way to get shut down. I don't know when, but everyone knows it's gonna happen at some point. Sony is gonna get annoyed, and Bungie can't keep pretending make believe at this point. There is no future for Marathon, and, well, Sony probably wants them to make money, let's be real.
Marathon has been a disaster of epic proportions for Bungie and Sony. Sony truly thought that they were going to be getting the next biggest game on the block with this experience. They wasted $3.6 billion on Bungie just to watch them kill off Destiny and bank on a game like Marathon that isn't making them money. But now we know that leadership shakeups are happening because the Marathon game director has left the studio. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the
Not even long ago, they were trying to fill in the new position for the person that's gonna bring back Marathon, recreate the hype, the what was it, marketing director or something like that? Now they also need a game director. What a time to be alive.
create, check out the links in the description, join the support YouTube memberships. Now we know a lot of companies are going through layoffs right now, and Bungie is no stranger to that. They have to cut some
You'll love to see it. The industry is bloated, inefficient, boring, stagnated, and most importantly, obviously, fucking woke to an unbelievably high degree. There's a lot of problems, and we can solve all of them by firing a bunch of people and blacklisting them from the industry. Isn't that lucky?
members of their teams, but you wouldn't expect it to be a game director if the game truly was doing as good as they've expected it to. If a title is doing phenomenally, if it is selling within their expectation range, and they see a future for title, you do not get rid of the leadership who made it successful. And we all know that Marathon is not that. It is a game that nobody is playing, nobody is really interacting with on social media unless they're
Oh yeah, the interaction of social media on Marathon is actually like next level bad, to be honest. You can check it on Twitter. No one's talking about it. No one's even shitting on it at this point. And the worst type of death for a game is the death of apathy. World of Warcraft has completely lost the moment people started to not even care to say mean things about it in reality. And Marathon has suffered the same type of situation, which is honestly good.
pointing and laughing at it. And when season 2 had released, a lot of players did not come back, and a lot of the people who tried out the free to play week didn't return. I think that they need to put Marathon free to play as quickly as possible, and they need to just sell microtransactions and hope that that raises their player count. That is the only path forward that
People buy microtransactions to look good, to look stylish, to look better than others, to prove that they have more money than others. Marathon can maybe create a skin that's worth $1,000 that no one is gonna buy. Maybe they can do that. That's the best choice they have because there is not a single skin in Marathon that makes your character not look disgusting.
I see for them. Now, obviously, I'm just a chud on the internet, so what do
True.
I know? But from the outside looking in, it appears that they are really starting to panic, that they are going to have to pump out new content, they are going to have to lower the price of the game and constantly
Well, you know what? The good part is not like Bungie has anything else to do at this point except pump out marathon content. So that at least is working out as intended, most likely.
have it on sale, and they need to actually try to get this show on the road, or else Sony's just going to shut this game down. Yes, they are going to be adding a PvE only mode in the future. I just had talked about that in another video. It will be linked down below.
Horrible idea.
But that means that they are abandoning the extraction sort of focus, the multiplayer intense extraction game that they marketed is basically no more. If it is just PvE, yes, you are going to get some new people in, but you're not going to get the people in that you actually need to have healthy servers. So it is what it is. We know, though, that the game director is jumping ship, or he got the boot regardless. We know that the studio took to its development team X/Twitter account to share a few words about the project's lead's departure and what it means for its sci-fi extraction shooter going forward. It began by thanking him for his work while reassuring fans that Marathon will continue to grow. Now, his post was pretty short, sweet, to the point. Hey everyone, I've got a bit of an announcement to make. Today
Wait, this picture doesn't look that old. Is this like a 35-year-old or something? Because this looks like the cat. This looks like the profile picture of someone who would make Marathon, not gonna lie.
Friday, 7/17, will be my last day at Bungie, and I'll be passing the torch of game director to the very capable and amazing hands of Del Chafe III, which we'll get into in a minute, who will guide the game
Ooh.
forward alongside the creative director Julia Nardin. Both
Del Chafe the Third. Ah, she's doing it. Look at this. Vera, our girl is doing it. I recognize that side, boys.
of them have been operating in a strong leadership capacity for the team and are ready to guide Marathon into the next chapter with an even better and brighter future. I'm proud of them and I'm excited to see them helm the future of this crazy little world we've created together. As for me, I'll be heading to something new somewhere else and will update you on where and what.
How about you go do something new and else, but not in the games industry? How about that? Just a thought. Just a thought. We need a blacklist in the games industry. Why can movies have blacklists, but gaming development is, oh, I just got fired at Microsoft. I'll just go and become an Ubisoft dev now. Why can't that, why is that a thing? Why are there no blacklists in the games industry?
Soon. I just want to say a deeply heartfelt thank you to all who supported me in Marathon in our windy mission to bring a dark and terrifying space survival frontier to your screen.
Dark and terrifying Lamau.
And he wraps it up with just saying thank you. Now, this person who is now going to be leading the charge, Del Chafe III, is somebody who hasn't really worked on much except for Destiny and Destiny.
Look at this, by the way. He wasn't. No, he was a game design lead after he worked at design, which is interesting. So this guy has been the reason that Destiny has downfallen. I wonder if design means what part of design are we talking about, by the way, when it comes to gaming perspective? Is the design of the game as a whole, or what are we encapsulating? Because the design part of Destiny as a whole is super bad, as we know. I mean, the game literally fucking died, so there's no question about the fact that this guy in the design department is completely skillless. Like, what is the point of taking the guy who killed your previous franchise and now putting him in charge of an already dead franchise? Like, what is the play here? What is this?
2. For Destiny, he was a design lead. Destiny 2, several of the expansions, he worked in design, and for one, he was a game
Is this why is he the reason why the Destiny tutorial has not worked for fucking decades now?
design lead. But besides that, he has worked on tiny games. Like Tron Evolution, he did actually work on Turok. Then you get into the lower quality.
I don't think any of this matters considering his last 12 years of existence have been on Destiny.
Movie tie-in games of the early 2000s like DreamWorks Shark Tale, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban
Nice.
was actually pretty decent, but not a lot of games that would really point to him now being like a game director by any stretch of the means. But they took him off of Destiny 2, which they just had killed, and put him onto Marathon. That is so funny to me because if you actually thought that this person
Fucking Vanna knows. She knows that this is obviously a fucking completely idiotic move.
was capable of leading a creative team, why didn't you put him in that position on Destiny 2 when he had worked on that game since you created it. Like, I just don't understand the mentality here. Oh, yeah, let's continue to bank on Marathon, a game that absolutely nobody wants, nobody asked for, and let's put the guy who might actually know a thing or two onto a dead title. And the comments are brutal here. It's so
Nice.
Jover, and then it's a little salute, abandoned ship, and it is burning. You killed it, GG's, dude. But holy, I just don't think Bungie can survive at this point. It sounds like you are escaping a sinking ship. Marathon is done, and I think Bungie is done as well. There are some people that are commenting who are being more positive, saying, thank you for creating a great game. You were a director who did good things. GG, brother. But a lot of the comments are just bye bye Marathon and bye bye Bungie. And it's no shocker to see that being the response. Marathon has been laughed at on social media
From literally day one.
since day one. All of the teasers and trailers were
Bungie, after spending all this time on Marathon, I'm never gonna financially recover from this. Incorrect. Sony is never gonna financially recover from this.
ratioed. This game didn't capture anybody's attention.
Oh, Marathon, La Baguette. Ho ho! Oh, people are popular. Oh, that's fucking insane.
It didn't look visually stunning. The gameplay loop wasn't addictive. You have so much competition in this space. And to top all of that off, you decided to bank on the name Marathon, thinking love and nostalgia would win in the end. But people that are
I don't know honestly about that. I have been thinking about the Marathon nostalgia. I know what Marathon is. I have never played it though. I think most people didn't even know what Marathon was. It's just an old thing that they have access to. I think that's just it. They wanted something Destiny-ish, like space horror, blah 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 style. I think that's what it was. I don't think I don't think this was a fateful attempt at Marathon, the old game. That again, that I have not even played. I just know it existed before all this happened. Pretty interesting lore, but I mean, eh?
nostalgic for Marathon, they don't play extraction shooters. If you had taken this and you had turned it into a single player experience, a campaign, but added a multiplayer component,
Yeah, you know, made a lot of the characters and companions gay or bi, because that's what they would have done. It's Bungie.
like Call of Duty used to do and still does, even though most people now just buy Call of Duty for the multiplayer, at least you would have gotten those nostalgic fans in to play the campaign and maybe they would have checked out multiplayer. But no, no, no. You just had to bank on live service slop, and well, you FA'd and you've
Well, Sony's new direction is fully going live service slop, by the way, if you did not know. Kind of great stuff. They did the live service thing, it failed. Then they did the single player thing, it fucking failed. And now they're doing the live service thing again. What? I mean, Sony just never learns, do they?
FO'd. The official Marathon development team also had made an official post just saying they can't thank Joe enough for his leadership and contributions over the years, just sitting here and praising him and saying he did such a good job, which I would disagree with from the outside
You did such a good job. The game's dead now. The bestest of jobs, one might say.
looking in, because he wasn't able to keep this team cohesive and coordinated. He wasn't able to
I'm pretty sure the team was cohesive and coordinated, to be honest. That they were all probably cut from the same cloth, if you will.
put his ego aside and actually listen to customers. Maybe if he just had actually said, you know what, I need to stop making a game for me and trying to own the chuds, and I need to make a game
Listen. There's two things a game developer. There's a choice. There's a choice that a game developer must make when they make a game. They have to choose between one of two options. And this one's really hard. They can either A, make a game that people want, or they can own the chuds. You can't do both. And the choice is pretty hard for a modern day American liberal.
Other people want to play, things could have turned out a little bit better. Another image of a salute, which is hilarious. Look, I've loved this game when it came out. Love
Flag half-mast, boys. It is what it is. Anyway, that was Over the Dark. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.